I don't want to hear any criticism. It's still August. It's only gonna be September. Fall isn't until the end of September. I don't care. September, October, November. Fall.
1, 2, 3.
It is time for the fall TBR. Best time of the year. This is when you hone down on reading. Sometimes people get most of their reading done in summer months, summer vacation. No, I work my ass off in the summertime. Fall time is my time to relax. I don't have college this year. I've never been more excited. I'm still remaining optimistic, and I have put 26 books on my fall TBR. Also because I wanted options, because in my next video, my September TBR, or prompt jar, chooses my September TBR, I'm only going to be choosing off of said fall TBR. A mix of romance, a little bit of mystery and thriller, and a lot of fantasy. And I am so excited. And one sci-fi. One sci-fi. Let's jump in. I'm gonna try to tell you guys what I know about each book, or just why it screams fall to me. So start off with romance. I feel like I probably should have chose more thrillers. On top, first things first, we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I know, scream at me in the comments. How many TBRs can I possibly put this book on? Apparently all of them. This follows Nora and Charlie. I know it's like they're in the publishing industry. Anything to do with books just screams a fall read to me, and I will probably love it. It's just a matter of committing and actually reading it. The next one is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I think this might be one of the very next books I start, because I'm just so excited, and Wild Eyes comes out, I want to say, in September. So I feel like this is the perfect time to read this book. Cowboy romance. This is the first book in the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. The entire series follows single billionaire dads. So an entire series of Heartless, essentially. An entire series of a bunch of Kate Eatons. And I love that. I love that. With 3, we have The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. Absolutely love the X-Hacks when I read it in 2021. I did get a little bit into The Kiss Curse in 2022 or 2023, but I never got the chance to finish it because I was in the midst of reading the Shatter Me series, and obviously so this felt on the back burner, but I was really enjoying it when I read it, and I'm just ready to restart it and dive back into this world. In this one, you are following Gwen and Wells. Gwen is the female main character from the first book, her cousin, and Wells is the brother of the male main character in the first book. They're both witches. Wells comes back into town from, I think, where were they? Ireland? Wales. Something like that. Some European country. And they live in a very Halloween witchy town. Kind of pictures Salem during Halloween. And Wells moves back into town to kind of mess with the ley lines again, I believe. And he decides to open a witchy magical store on the exact corner that Gwen and her grandmother own a store. Then we have Not in Love by Miss Allie Hazelwood, her newest release. I think she's releasing one more at the end of this year. I could be wrong. Nothing screams fall to me more than school time and academics and STEM. And we all know Allie Hazelwood writes STEM romances, and I need to catch up on her new releases because I kind of fell a little bit behind after Love Theoretically. So we put her on there. Throttled by Lauren Asher. I am also in the middle of this one. I think I was only about 30% of the way through on my Kindle. F1 also just sounds very fall-y to me. I don't know why, but I also need to make my way through her backlist. And while I wasn't fully enjoying Throttled, I'm convinced that I want to get through it, and hopefully it'll pick up a little bit once we hit that 50% mark. But if not, then it'll be a DNF, and that's okay as well. I still love Miss Lauren Asher, and the rest of her series is none other than Bride by Miss Allie Hazelwood. I think this will, other than Check and Mate, which I'm not interested in reading entirely, if I read this and Not in Love, I will have read all of Allie Hazelwood's releases. Bride is a vampire and werewolf romance. I don't need to say anymore. And I think arranged marriage. Again, don't need to say anything more. It doesn't need an explanation. Maybe Not Meant to Be by K.L. Walther. Or sorry, Maybe Meant to Be by K.L. Walther. I get this and So Not Meant to Be by Megan Quinn mixed up, I think, when I'm talking about them. So Maybe Meant to Be, K.L. Walther. This is going to be a YA romance. No, I didn't read Summer Broken Rules this year, but maybe I'll spontaneously pick it up at some point. But I do really, really want to learn her, get into her reading style and see how she flows as an author, and obviously there's no better book. We have All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. This one is obviously just because it's orange. And I want to read Mariana Zapata. This will be a Kindle read, hands down, because these are like Bible thin pages. And I want to see if I like slow burns again. Summer romances are fast, you fall in love really quickly. Fall, slow burn. So maybe this will be it. This is the new cover. I love the new cover. I don't know anything about it, but out of most of her books, this is the one that I hear raved about the most. I have The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. Again, orange yellow cover. Seems like fall, but I really do want to get into her writing, and somehow this seems like the perfect time. Nice little bodyguard romance. Reverse bodyguard romance, because the female is the bodyguard and the guy is the famous one. And the last romance I have is A 7-Year Slip, because this just seems like a nice cozy little dystopian unrealistic romance as well. Time traveling apartment and time traveling people and time traveling world. This seems like it's going to be a really, really heartwarming read. 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Just while I have it, I'm going to talk about the one science fiction I have, and that's Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I've heard so many amazing things about this. I think this won Goodreads Choice Award in 22, 23. And this was on so many people's favorite books of last year. I'm ready to read it. When I bought the book, I read chapter 2 and I loved chapter 1. It's just such a dense book to stick to, and I need to commit to it, and I want to commit to it. I want to know. I need to take a little water break. My goodness. Small pile of mysteries and thrillers. And you all know I hardly ever pick up my mystery and thrillers. I have not bought any in so long, besides They're Watching You by Chelsea Achaso. I don't know how to say her last name. Written by Chelsea. This follows when a secret society has you in their sights, it can lead to power, privilege, or death. Secret society, fall. And I know this next book I always scream is cursed, but I'm determined to get through it one of these years. And that is The Final Girls Support Group by Grady Hendrix. The title kind of says it itself. There is a support group of final girls. Final girls are people that survive like massacres and serial killings. But when people in the support group start going missing, they think someone is targeting their group as final girls. I have For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. I know this was on my August TBR, and I got the audiobook for it, but I did not get the second to listen to it, but I do want to continue to listen to this on audiobook when I do get a chance, so I'm moving her over to the fall TBR. This is a academic setting thriller. You're following Teddy Crutcher, who is teacher of the year. All he wants is for his colleagues and the endlessly meddling of parents to stay out of his way. If not, they'll get what they deserve. The last thriller I have is The Murder Game by Carrie Doyle, another one that has been on my TBR for quite a while, but I've heard some good things about it here and there. This one is also in a school setting, if you couldn't tell by the pencils. So this one is going to follow Luke Chase, who he sneaks out with his friends one night from his academy boarding school. Some fun when they get caught up into a murder because the wife of one of his teachers is found dead in the woods the very next morning. And instead of admitting where they were, the group decides to solve the murder on their own. So it sounds like a little collab of Good Girl Sky to Murder as well. So I'm very, very excited about that. The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have read every single book of hers that I have on my shelf besides the Debutante series, which I need to get into that. I think that's like a YA. Is that still mystery? I don't know. I think it's a YA mystery. But The Grandest Games is the spin-off series following the Inheritance games, and you all know I loved that trilogy. You're following Lyra, Rowan, and Gigi. I'm really hoping for some cameos of our original main cast from the trilogy, and I don't want to talk too much about this because if you haven't read the original trilogy, I don't want to explain what this book is about. Last but not least, we are going to get into this huge stack of fantasy. And at the top is a big one. I think I finally have to commit to reading Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros because the next book, Onyx Storm, I want to say comes out in January 2025. So if this takes me all fall and winter, it takes me all fall and winter. But it needs to be read. I have friends in my life that every time I see them, they keep asking me if I've read it, and I say no every single time. I bought the book on my Kindle too. I just have not read it. I'm at chapter 5. Another one on the August TBR that didn't get read. Actually, did I read any of the books on my August TBR? I don't think so. City of Ash by Cassandra Clare, second book in the Shadowhunter universe. Mortal, I think this is, yeah, this in particular is Mortal Instruments. I read the first book in January. When do you think I'm going to read the second? Hopefully in the fall. Then I have another one on the August TBR. I'm really outing myself right now. King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. Vampire Forced Marriage. Except they want to kill each other. These next few may or may not all be on my August TBR. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. There is no better time for me to read this than in the fall winter. So, bet your bottom dollar that this will be read at some point. I might jinx myself on that one, but let's get into what it is about. If you don't know, I feel like everybody has read this. Elspeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. Elspeth needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie, mist-locked kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient, mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her. He keeps her secrets. But nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, her life takes a drastic turn. Thrust into a world of shadow and deception, she joins a dangerous quest to cure Blunder of the dark magic infecting it. Except the highwayman just so happens to be the king's own nephew, captain of the most dangerous men in Blunder, and guilty of high treason. The journey in this one is ginormous. Sign me up. I told you, this is essentially my August TBR. The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee. The second one comes out this month too, I believe, so why wouldn't I? You know, why wouldn't I? If you don't know about this book, which has also been blowing up everywhere, I will tell you about it. Fleeing my father's cruelty, the wicked king who robbed me of a future, I faced death in the streets, caught between a rebellion and a tyrant's reign. Captured by those sworn to kill me, the rebels remain blind to my true identity, the missing daughter of the despised king. Faced with an impossible choice, I stand before them, join the rebels or face their blades. Yet, Dacre, the son of the ruthless rebellion commander, becomes torn between suspicion and a desire that mirrors my own. He allows no one to touch me, tries to protect me, yet threatens me at every turn. As secrets are weaved beyond our hidden realm, a fierce battle unfolds within me. As I get closer to the rebels and their cause, my loyalty to my kingdom clashes with my undeniable devotion to Dacre and the burning connection between us. In a world where love and hate are two edges of the same blade, I find myself caught in a delicate dance between forbidden desire and my looming destiny. I'm ready. List Hunter. I'm not going to read the back of this because this is another one that has been blowing up everywhere. I know. All I'm going to say is witch and witch hunter. And our female main character isn't supposed to be a witch. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I read Six of Crows around this time last year, I believe, 2 years ago. So, I feel like I want to give Leigh Bardugo another chance. This one, I want to say is academic. Let's see. Alex Stern is the most unlikely member of Yale's freshman class. Academic setting, fall. All I need to know. Raised in the Los Angeles hinterlands by a hippie mom, Alex dropped out of school early and into a world of shady drug dealing, boyfriends, dead-end jobs, and much, much worse. In fact, by age 20, she's the sole survivor of a horrific, unsolved multiple homicide. Some might say she's thrown her life away, but at her hospital bedside, Alex is offered a second chance to attend one of the world's most prestigious universities on a full ride. What's the catch, and why her? Still searching for answers, Alex arrives in New Haven, tasked by her mysterious benefactors with monitoring the activity of Yale's secret societies. Their 8 windowless tombs are the well-known haunts of the rich and powerful, from high-ranking politicos to Wall Street's biggest players, but their occult activities are more sinister and more extraordinary than any paranoid imagination might conceive. They tamper with forbidden magic, they raise the dead, and sometimes they prey on the living. Next, we have 3 Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. What I know of this one is it follows 3 queens, 3 Dark Crowns. 3 queens on the they're all related, by the way, or 3 princesses, I guess. They're not queens yet. On their 16th birthday, they have to go into battle, and the strongest one that lives gets to be the queen. Each of them possess their own special, I think, like natural ability, magic. Bella is an elemental, able to spark hungry flames or vicious storms at the snap of her fingers. Catherine is a poisoner who can ingest the deadliest poisons without so much as a stomachache. And Arsino, a naturalist, is said to have the ability to bloom the reddest rose and control the fiercest of lions. Trials and tribulations, giving hunger games. So I'm ready. Then we have Light Lark by Alex Astor. I feel like this is more of like a curiosity thing for me, and it looks very vampire Halloween-y. So I was like, okay, perfect book to probably read around Halloween time, where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. To survive, Isla Crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. Again, what is with all these books? The trials, the tribulations, the Hunger Game vibes. I'm loving it. I have Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This is one that the longer it's on my shelf, I kind of lose interest in reading it, but at the same time, it is an amazing concept. So one of these days, I just need to commit to actually sitting down and reading it. It's Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, a Romeo and Juliet fantasy retelling that takes place in Shanghai. Mafia style, I think. Sounds good to me. You have Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. How many years can this series be on my shelf? How many years can it go unread? Do we want to go for 3? I think we can. I think we can go for 3. But I believe this follows witches as well. 2 sisters, one brutal murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself, and an intoxicating romance. I couldn't tell you why I haven't read it. I just know that I haven't. Oh, the snakes, the skulls, everything. It's Halloween. So long. If you stayed until the end, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got ideas for books to put onto your fall TBR, and I hope I went into depth with the ones that we were most curious about. I try to go into depth about the ones that I didn't know about. Sorry, I don't know. We'll see how this video turns out. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to stay tuned for the September TBR, where you see what books of these I will be reading in September, hopefully. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below what book you are most excited for in this fall season. It can be a new release, one that's been on your shelf for a while, one you've just been waiting for the right time to read. Be sure to let me know down below, and while you're down there, be sure to click the subscribe button and check out my bookish playlist, where you can see all of my past videos, including my August TBR, and I think the last upload is a reading challenge. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
1, 2, 3.